Next up, we have 20 Every End by Dimrain47. My understanding is that this is featured in Geometry Dash. Once again, everybody, this is a Basterd's LFA, a layman-friendly analysis. I'm a professionally trained musician and composer, and my objective here is to explain things in a way so that you don't have to be one to understand what is happening here, musically. So, if you like the sound of that, make sure you're following the channel, subscribe to the channel, whatever term you want to use, like the video, share the video, leave a comment, turn on notifications, become a member. Two things before the disclaimers. Number one, at the time of recording, we recently passed 4,000 subscribers on YouTube. Thank you so much, everybody, for being here. I do not take this for granted. I'm grateful that I get to do this at all, and that y'all like it. Challenge for everybody here. If we somehow reach 10,000 subscribers before Christmas 2025, I will take a fanfiction of the choice of the community, one of them, and fully produce, voice act, an audiobook for it. We have to achieve this with legitimate means. No duping, no botting, nothing like that. It has to be organic, it has to be legit, it has to be honest. So there is that. And number two, if you're a member, you get early access. So I schedule the videos for the week on Saturdays, and if you are a member, a paid member on YouTube, regardless of your tier, you get access for all the videos of the week when I schedule them on Saturdays. So consider becoming a member today. Two disclaimers. Number one, this is my first time hearing this, so I will be pausing a lot. And I will be speaking a lot, as I will be pointing things out as I hear them or as I realize them. And number two, this is recorded live on stream on a single take. I just stumbled upon my words. I will do it again. Whatever happens, happens. With that being said, let's do this. Every End. Let's go. Okay, so we start with our initial motif. Motif being the smallest version of your musical idea, the seed, the essence from which everything else comes from. Really fun rhythm that we have going on here with this kind of like vocoder kind of thing. All right, thank you for hanging out. Kind of like vocoder. It kind of sounds like a mouth harp to an extent. It's not, but it kind of sounds. It reminds me of one. And now we introduce the drum beat for it. Let's see where this goes. Oh, this is fun. Okay, so we're slowly introducing one element at a time. One layer at a time. Now's the hi-hat. We just had the snare, now the hi-hat. Oh, dude, this is so cool. So yeah, we're just adding one layer after another. Now we had like the like another synth giving us the off beat. So the drums are on beat, the synth is off beat, giving us this sense of like bouncing up and down. It's amazing how important drums are, isn't it? Just how your rhythm section can really just completely change everything around. I'm mentioning it because it's been like 3 songs since I last mentioned it. If you want to hear an example of this done like in the most obvious way, listen to the intro of The Mirror by Dream Theater. First minute of the entire track is the first minute is the intro. The guitar does the exact same thing. Chung 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 chung. Full minute of just that, but the drums and the synths and the bass, they just go around it and they change throughout throughout it. And oh my god, there are times when it's difficult to tell that it's the same thing happening. It just goes to show how much your rhythm section can really affect it. And right now we're getting a somewhat similar effect by just adding more layers to the rhythm section, and oh my god, it's just insane. Do I literally... not every reaction, no. This is the second time we mention it today. So, yeah. Like, I mention it whenever I want. So, yeah, let's see where this goes. Now we speed up the hi-hat. And off the ramp we go. Oh, that was fun. So, off the ramp is a colloquial term that I use. Colloquial, by that I mean that there's no academic official term for this, or at least I'm not using it for the sake of simplicity. Off the ramp is what I call a transition. It can be as short as a couple of beats, as we had right here, or it can be as long as an entire section. And the purpose of this is to make your listener feel suspended, up in the air at the mercy of inertia, waiting to see where you land. The way you achieve this, remove the drums, maybe the bass as well. Kind of what has happened over here. Let's see where this goes. New version of the motif. With such a minor variation of the motif, with one of the notes going up instead of down, and it just changes everything. This is awesome. And yes, Mel, we did. Welcome to the event, by the way. How you doing? And now the synth that used to be up above, giving us the offbeat chord, now is the bass, by the way. Which is a pretty unusual thing when it comes to the bass. Usually your bass is going to be locked in, completely just hand in hand, locked in with your drums. Like, it's gonna be with your bass drum. It's a very, very common thing because usually it's very satisfying to have the bass and the drums be together like that. If you want a really, really good example of a bass and drums just being so incredibly tight together, listen to the bass solo of the track Goat by Polyphia. This, in general, they're all incredibly talented musicians, but the bass solo in this thing, the bass solo is playing a very difficult rhythm, and the drums, the bass drum hits every single note that the bass hits, the bass drum hits it as well. And it's insane how good it is. So yeah, Goat by Polyphia, one of the more difficult tracks to play out there, and it's just insane how good it is. So let's see. You'll think it's repetitive because of the song's length, but they're doing a good job composing this one. So far, I like the subtle variety in the composition. We are already at the first variation of this thing. We'll see how it changes, but right now what I'm noticing is that we are using a somewhat uncommon form. Form, by the way, is just a way of calling the structure of instrumental music. Because unlike songs, which, you know, songs you can categorize, oh, this is the verse, this is the chorus, this is a bridge, this is an intro, this is an outro, this is a solo. When it comes to instrumental music, you don't have that. You have to go a little bit deeper, examine the individual motifs, the individual rhythms, see the relation within everything else, so you get form. And there are different types, there are different like the most popular type of form is the binary. Whether it's simple, double, whatever type of binary, which is just you have section A and then you have section B and then you repeat them, whether with variations or without. However, right now, so far, we're only a minute in, but so far we are doing theme and variations. First time around, we had the theme, we did a loop of it, we had the going off the ramp, cadence, and now we're doing a minor variation of it. If this keeps going and we just keep doing another variation after variation after variation, we would be in theme and variations. Let's see if I'm right. All right. We introduce a melody now. Nice. Very nice. One more layer with the melody. Very nice. We changed the melody for another synth. Very nice. And the new synths, the new layers, everything that we're doing, every layer we're adding is just to complement the original motif. The motif is engaging in what we call ostinato. Ostinato just means it repeats over and over and over and over and over. And yes, we have a variation now, but it's still repeating over and over and over and over and over for nearly a minute straight. Which, by the way, going back to the Mirror by Dream Theater, that's what the guitar is doing an ostinato. Anyway, let's go back to this. New synth, new layer, or I think it's the previous one. We're bouncing back and forth. Really cool. The synth over here in this one is doing what we call accents. So, accents in music, it's not to tell whether somebody is from like Scotland or Ireland or London. It's for accentuation. Accentuation is highlighting specific points in the rhythm, and this is usually how you're going to hear it. The synth is not playing one-to-one what the main motif is doing. It's just playing specific points, and that is highlighting the different points in the rhythm that the motif is playing. It's giving us accents for that. So this song is from Australia. There you go. Oh, from Australia. Yeah, and I like the vocoder of this thing. It kind of sounds like a mouth harp, like a sample of a mouth harp, but I think it's just the way that Dimrain mixed it. Which, by the way, mouth harps are an insanely fun instrument. These are mainly popular in Celtic music because of how small and portable they are. But oh my god, they are such a fun thing. Like with this, if you learn how to play this, you could see why like Germanic tribes that like the Gallic tribes that Caesar fought in, like when Caesar was in Gaul in like the year 70 BC, how they would engage in like the insane raves that they would. Because this instrument, very easy to make, and yes, you just flick the harp, and then you use your mouth for overtones. And it sounds similar to the main motif here. You just got the initial hit from that, and yeah, this is what it's called. It's called a mouth harp, which is not very. It's not very indicative of a harp, because a harp looks very different than this. But yeah, this is just what this instrument is called. Again, there are many things in music that just do not make sense, and you just have to live with it. It's just that. There are things that make no sense whatsoever. You just have to live with it. I could go... I'm going to go in the parallel versus relative. So, when it comes to music scales, there are two concepts when you're comparing two scales. There's the concept of parallel scales versus relative scales. A relative scale is when you have, let's grab the key of C major, right? So C, D, E, F, G, A, and B, and then it repeats with C. A relative scale is every scale that you can make that uses the same notes but start in a different point. So if you have a scale that is D, E, F, G, A, B, C, and D, then this, which is D Dorian, is the relative scale to C major. It's the relative scale, even though you are playing the same notes, just from a different starting point, parallel to the original scale. Then, if you have a parallel scale, let's make C minor, so C, D, E flat, F, G, A flat, and B flat, and then C. This is now C minor, the parallel to C major, despite the fact that the starting and ending points are the same, and the notes in between are just relatively different. Yes, these names are backwards. These names are backwards. The relative scale is played parallel, is when you compare two scales parallel to the same scale, and a parallel scale is when you compare two scales relative to each other. Yeah, do not ever let musicians ever name anything. Pretty confusing. Yeah. No, and this isn't even the Italians. This is just how the concept is. Yeah, these concepts are backwards. They named the concepts backwards. I could go on so many stories about things that don't make sense about music. But yeah, this one is one of the easier ones to understand. Let's continue. All right. Now we have a melody. We have an actual melody going around. We go back to this still variation that we have here. Ooh. New variation. We are still using the same chords. We are still using everything else. Why are texting my Italian friend? Why are they so dumb? They're not dumb. They just won the game of Empire a long time ago, and we're just living through the remnants of it. And the thing is, they focus more on food now than they do on music. So yeah. So yeah, now we are having. So I'm still convinced this is theme and variations. Because this variation, we are still using the same beat, we're still using the same chords, we're still using the same bass line. We are now using the synth we just heard. We just removed the main motif. We are still doing the same thing. This is our second variation of the original minute. Let's see where this goes. Which, in this case, something fun about this is that now that the motif is gone, that is louder. The silence of the motif not being there is pretty loud, which is a pretty cool. Still live, Nimbus? Yes. We stream for 5 hours every time. We're only 3.5 hours in, so yes. I mean, after this, we're playing some video games, but yeah, our streams are 5 hours long. So yeah, let's see. What about pararelative? That would make sense. So no. Let's see where this goes. Same drums. We introduced a synth holding the chords in the background, but overall it's still the same idea. Yes, Greaves, this is the last one of the day. Variation, off the ramp, variation, new one. New variation. So this is our third variation. Still the same motif, we're just doing another variation of it. Same concept, we're reintroducing with the individual layers. So it's partially a recapitulation what we're doing over here. Again, these are very simple terms being applied very straightforwardly. It's just really well made. It's just well made. The pacing is good, the chords are good, the motif is really fun, and Dimrain here is adding these layers one at a time, taking his time to just show you everything and let you acclimate to the entire thing before switching things up. This is a really, really good way of doing theme and variations, because usually theme and variations, at least in the traditional sense, you play through the whole theme, then you stop, then you start the second theme, then you stop, then you start the third theme, the variation, then you stop, so on and so forth. Which, in my opinion, is a weak way of doing theme and variations. This is really good. Let's see where it goes. Nice, Jazz, nice. Yep, same exact way of doing things as we did before. We just have another variation of the motif. Same process. Same process for variation number 3. We change chords, same way as before, we just have the new motif. Melody on top, giving us a little bit of counterpoint. Counterpoint being the study of melodies, usually how you develop melodies, how they interact with each other. In this case, we have 2 melodies. Once again, we have this melody giving us some accents and giving us some counterpoint, adding a little bit more spice to this. Man, this is good. This is good. I'm a sucker for long songs. Like, my favorite song of all time, I'm gonna mention it. My favorite song of all time is Swim to the Moon by Between the Buried and Me. It's 18 minutes long, and it's my favorite song of all time. I love it. I absolutely love it. And technically, this song comes right after another song. Like, these songs are done in a concept album form. The one before that is called Desert of Song. Also by Between the Buried and Me. It's 5 minutes long. I love it. And this one, like, once Desert of Song ends, it just starts with Swim to the Moon. It's a trip. I love it. I love these songs. These two, that entire album is just incredible. But yeah, no, I'm a sucker for long music, and yeah, this is and yeah, don't worry. Between the Buried and Me, they are experimental metal, so it changes a lot. Like, if you have a short attention span, you're gonna like progressive prog music, like Between the Buried and Me, Haken, Dream Theater, because they're constantly changing things around. It's really, really good. I was listening to a song over an hour long. I listen to Moon Sorrow almost every day. They're 55 minutes, 2 songs total, and it's also a concept album, so they're both played one after the other. I love it. All right, so yeah, let's see where this goes. We bring the upper offbeat synth back. You guys know it, nice. We change the drum around, changes the feel of everything. Very natural. Nice, Jazz, nice. Yeah, we're just applying what we've done before, just to this version of the motif. Off the ramp we go, echoing this last bit. So now we're giving a focus to a different layer, but we're still doing the same thing, and we're engaging in active panning. Okay, panning, the concept of panning. Panning, we haven't talked about this in a couple of days. So panning is something that happens in other mediums as well, but when it comes to audio, panning is taking advantage of stereo. Stereo sound is our standard nowadays, because it's 2 speakers, because, you know, left ear, left speaker, right speaker. That's how most humans work. So the way it works is you have your left ear, you have your right ear, then you have your listener here in the middle. Look at you here, all happy, deformed, and bald, therefore evil. So the way stereo works is that the track we are listening to right now, this is not one single track of audio, it's 2 tracks of audio, 1 per speaker. And yes, when you go into surround sound, that means that when you got like 5-point surround sound, that means there's 5 different tracks playing at the same time that that once put together, they form this over here. So the way it works is that if you have, let's say we have a guitar track and it's playing at full volume on both ears, it's going to sound like it comes from the front. However, if you start lowering the volume from one ear, the further you lower that volume, the further to the other side, to the other ear, it's going to sound. Now, there are 2 types that I like to call of panning. Passive panning and active panning. So passive panning would be at the start of the track when I'm composing it. I decide I'm gonna have guitar number 1 locked to the right ear, and it's gonna stay there throughout the entirety of the track. That's what I call passive panning. And then active panning is what is happening right now, that throughout the piece, we're going to start bouncing from right to left, left to right, to give you this really cool sense of oscillation, of swinging the pendulum, whatever you want to call it. It just travels back and forth. It adds more dynamics, it adds more pace to the music, and it's just a fun way of exploring. It's a fun way of exploring stereo and panning. So let's see where this goes. Song hates people with a single working earbud. Yes, usually stereo music, you're going to have that. So if you listen to a lot of, in my case, I listen to a lot of melodic death metal. If you listen to a band like Mors Principium Est, a lot of the times they're going to do what is called twin guitars, which means left ear is going to be playing one guitar, right ear is the other one. And if you only put one headphone, you're going to hear only one of the guitars. And that can be frustrating. That can be very frustrating for people, which is when you just go to your settings and swap over to mono. Just swap your settings over to mono, which is just single channel playing. So then you can just have one earplug and all of the audio is going to play from there. It's a good way of compensating for the lack of stereo. And it used to be the standard for the beginning. So yeah, there is a way of compensating for that. So in the case of Dimrain having this back and forth, you wouldn't be able to hear it, but you still get everything else. So let's see where this goes. Nice. R2 Sherry Butts, yeah. Unless you put it on mono. Yeah. Alright, let's see. So variation number 4, we change the motif over, because this is still the same motif. We're just, like, melodically speaking, it's still the same motif. It's just now in a new instrument, and it is panning left to right. And yes, it is difficult to share buds when you have stereo, unless you get a Y splitter. I mean, if you're still using wires nowadays, you just get multiple Bluetooth devices plugged in, and that's it. But other than that, I used to use a Y splitter, which is just you plug it into the jack, and the jack splits into 2. You connect 2 sets of headphones, and you got it, and that's it. So yeah, it's you have to figure these out. Like a lot of these, you have to actually work around a lot of the issues, unless you get like an audio interface like what I have right now, which has 2 ports for headphones, so I can have 2 sets of headphones listening to this. However, this is like a $500 box, right? Which is where I plug the microphone and everything. I don't think everybody's gonna want that, so yeah. Anyway, let's continue. Same method as before, we're introducing 1 layer at a time. This variation is the same thing we were doing before, just without the motif. So now we're going from introducing more layers to removing layers and just experimenting, see how it sounds. It's such a simple way, and now I understand why every end is the title. Because we're just testing every end of the combination of these things. It's such a simple and straightforward concept, and it is just done really well. Let's see where it goes. Yep, same piece, same thing. Variation just requires absence now. Oh. Now we give the mouth harp to this other. We give the mouth harp to the bass. Nice, which is now on the higher side. So variation number 5. Same idea, just off the ramp with slower one. Let's see. Full force. Yeah. And now we have added another layer of percussion, giving us accents just in the rhythm instead of in the melody. So simple, so straightforward, so good. Let's see where it goes. There's one more synth at the top, giving us a little bit of a doubling, I think. Yes, we have a strings here giving us the chords, chromatic. And we modulate after 5-6 minutes. We modulate, we change the set of chords that we're using. We bring in this string sample, and let's see where it goes. Really cool, very epic way of ending, of bringing this. You modulate again. Still using that motif. We bring in orchestral elements to add drama to this. We slow the drums down for it. New variation. We bring back the mouth harp. Nice. Oh. And with some rhythmic displacement and some silence, we just bring the climax forth, and oh my god. This is so, like, all of these, every single one of the elements we've been using for 6 minutes, but we're just making such relatively minor adjustments every single time that by now the motif is completely different from what we heard at the start, but every single change that we were having was so relatively minor that it was barely noticeable. This, if there is an expression to describe this piece, is gradually and then suddenly. We gradually changed the motif one note at a time. And now, all of a sudden, we are here. Really, really cool. And Mr. Go, welcome today. How you doing? Let's see where it goes. Yeah, we added some melody now, like some actual melody to this. Hell yeah. Right, let's see. And yeah, we're just now engaging in melody. We're just doing melody with this. So yeah. Thwog, welcome back. No, you haven't. Alright, how are you gonna end this? And we do a crossfade. We do a crossfade to this new set of synths that kind of sounds like an orchestral arrangement. It's arranged similar to an orchestral arrangement. So a crossfade is when you turn down the volume of one while you turn up the volume of the other one. You crossfade, fade in versus fade out. It's a tricky thing to do well, but let's see how it ends. Let's see how it ends. Variation of the motif, still a variation of what we just heard. And now it just sounds more royal, more classy, and one last chord, we hold it, we release it, and there we go. Man, what a journey that was. That was really fun. That was really fun, dude. Holy shit. Okay, there you go. That was 20 every end. A very good theme and variations. That was really, really fun, theme and variations. Such minor variations every time. Doing the same thing over and over, but actually making it different every time. Tricky thing. So yeah, there you go. That was 20 every end by Dimrain47. Featured in Geometry Dash is my understanding. Once again, everybody, this has been a Basterd's LFA, a layman-friendly analysis. I'm a professionally trained musician, a composer, and my objective here has been to explain things in a way so that you don't have to be one to understand what's happened here musically. So, if you're watching this on the YouTube video archive thing, thank you for watching. Make sure you're following the channel, subscribe to the channel, whatever term you want to use. Like the video, share the video, leave a comment, turn on notifications, become a member. Once again, at the time of recording, we recently passed 4,000 subscribers. Thank you so much for being here. I do not take this for granted. I am grateful every single day that I get to do this at all, and that y'all even like it in the first place. Challenge for this year. If we somehow reach 10,000 subscribers before Christmas 2025, I will take a fan fiction of the choice of the community, whatever y'all want, any one fan fiction, and I will fully produce and record an audiobook for it. The only caveat is that this has to be done with legitimate means. No account duping, no botting, nothing like that. It's just sharing and bringing people over to the community. That's how it has to be done. We do this right or we don't do this at all. Members. If you are a member on YouTube, if you're a paid membership, I schedule the videos for the week on Saturdays. And if you're a paid member, regardless of tier on YouTube, you get early access to all of the videos for the week on Saturday. So consider becoming a member today. If you want to listen to this without me interrupting every 30 seconds, I will be linking in the description down below. If you want to request a song and you're not on the live stream, go to the Discord server, link down below. Go to the LFA requests channel and follow the instructions on the pinned message. And if you want to catch the streams when they happen live, we aim for Monday through Friday, 6 p.m. Central European Time. If you're not in Europe, we have the full up-to-date streaming schedule showing in your local time zone on both Discord and Twitch. So if you're in, I don't know, Memphis, and you're like, oh, but what time is 6 p.m. Central European Time over here? I don't know. Just go to the Discord, go to the Twitch channel. It shows in your local time zone. And follow the gaming channel. We have a gaming channel on YouTube because I'm on YouTube. Of course, I have a gaming channel. What else could I possibly hope to have? Games are Basterd, linked down below. That's where I put the recordings of the VODs of the gaming after shows. As I said, link down below, or just search on YouTube for the user. It's same as James R. Basterd, just swap the J for a G, and you got it. And yeah, there you go. Man, that was awesome. That was awesome. Every end, or 20, every end by Dimrain47. Really good stuff, man. Really, really good stuff. But yeah, let's move on.